So it appears that unqualified shill and anti-vax conspiracy theorist Heather Simpson is considering putting together a PDF printable of some illiterate pseudoscience ramblings for any other unsuspecting anti-vax conspiracy theorists so that you can all delight in your own conspiracy theories together. Joy says, put it together and then sell it. Nicole says, do it. We can never have enough resources compiled, and the more the merrier. It's added confirmation that great minds think alike. Follow through, do as you do, complete this desire. It won't hurt any feelings that matter anyway. Alicia would seriously love it. And Glenn says, can't wait to read the peer-reviewed articles that prove the anti-vaxxer stance once and for all. Please make me more woke. Well, Glenn buddy, I think you spelled less scientific wrong. So, what's included in this conspiracy theory PDF goldmine or pile of crap? Peer-reviewed journals on vax safety and the lack thereof, including journals on aluminium, thimerosal, polysorbate 80, etc. Wow, so Heather's going to find peer-reviewed articles that compare environmental aluminium, Al3+, that other pseudoscience shills find in human brains, rabbit brains, rat brains and monkey brains, and compare that to aluminium hydroxide or aluminium phosphate in forms that have never been found in any human brain because, well, neither aluminium hydroxide nor aluminium phosphate can cross the blood-brain barrier. Then Heather's going into thimerosal, a compound used as a preservative in some influenza vaccines, in contact lens solutions and tattoos. I personally can't wait to see how Heather implicates and confuses a chemical which can't cross the blood-brain barrier with methylmercury, which can cross the blood-brain barrier. I'm looking forward to hearing about the mechanism of action of exactly how thimerosal crosses the blood-brain barrier in humans. Then Heather's looking at data, facts and statistics. So data, facts and statistics from where? From VARS, from Big Tree, from Kennedy, from ICANN or other shills and unqualified hacks that are sharing twisted data, twisted facts and twisted statistics around the internet. And then how aluminium gets into the brain and the science behind it. So, hell, I'm looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to hearing how environmental Al3+ crosses the blood-brain barrier and is then implicated the same as aluminium hydroxide or aluminium phosphate, which can't cross the blood-brain barrier. Heather, aluminium hydroxide or aluminium phosphate can't cross the blood-brain barriers. Neither of these compounds can cross them. There are exclusion principles which restrict them. But who am I kidding? You know from your years of pharmacology and physiology, you know exactly how aluminium crosses the blood-brain barrier from doing medical studies. Little challenge. See if you can find one, just one, peer-reviewed study that shows any level of concentration of aluminium hydroxide or aluminium phosphate in a human brain. Just one study. For all the other minions out there, Heather's plebs, you can maybe help her. If you pool your Google degrees and your YouTube doctorates together, maybe between all of you, you can find me one peer-reviewed journal study that shows the level of ALOH3 or AlPO4 in a human brain. Then what's Heather doing? Then she's gathering information on the fraudulent thimerosal studies. Are you talking about thimerosal crossing the blood-brain barriers in humans? Again, a little challenge for you and your minions. See if you can find one peer-reviewed study showing a level or concentration of thimerosal in a human brain. The rest of the list, it was just completely junk and just rubbish. Heather, you don't know the science, otherwise you wouldn't have written aluminium, you wouldn't have written mercury as topics, you would have written aluminium hydroxide and thimerosal as topics. Thimerosal, which by telling you has a benzene ring and a mercury to sulfur bond, would probably mean absolutely nothing to you lot. So I'm not going to tell you the enthalpy that needs to strip the thimerosal and break it into salicylic acid and ethyl mercury. ethyl mercury can't cross the blood-brain barrier, you probably don't even understand how the synthesis of breaking thiomersal works. Hell, you probably don't even know the difference between the thiomersal molecule, ethyl and methyl mercury, or that thiomersal had a sulfur element in the compound anyway. But see if you can find one peer-reviewed study showing any level or concentration of thiomersal in a human brain. If you want to have a one-stop resource binder to pull out during conversations, arguments and debates and circulate that binder, you need to at least have the right science in it. And, oh goody, more unsubstantiated and misunderstood anti-vax half-truths in the form of a binder you can pull out during conversations, arguments and debates. That sounds like really cool. Sort of like a non-fiction guide to using some words around the context of the subject matter, but not really understanding the context and the subject matter, right? So you ask, would anyone be into this? I'll take a freak ton of hours so that I'm making sure that this really worth it. Let me know. Most definitely would love to pick it apart. Would love to pick it apart article by article, science topic by science topic, from the start to the end. But don't forget to leave some time available to find that one article that shows me the levels or concentration of aluminium hydroxide, aluminium phosphate, or thiomersal in human brains. I'll wait for your scientific reply.